we had discussed what is economic activity and what are non-economic activities with examples, and we had also done distinction between economic and non-economic activity. Economic activities, I had discussed that economic activities are of three types. Okay, it was business, profession, and employment. Now today we are going to do what is business, what is meaning of business, what is the nature and characteristics of business in detail. Children, if you have any doubt, please raise your hand and I'll explain you whatever your doubt is and clear it up. Okay, please mute your mics, everybody. Children, please mute your mics. Okay, now what is business? Business is an economic activity. Children, you all can see the slide. Children, is the slide visible and my voice audible? Can one of you please tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
yes ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is business? Business is an economic activity. It involves sale, transfer, or exchange of goods and services with the purpose of earning money. Now, a business is an activity where it is where the activity involves either sale or a transfer or exchange of goods and services for the purpose of earning profit, for the purpose of earning money. If it is not for a price, if it is not for the money, it is not a business. A simple example, I think I had given in the previous session also, that if you are cooking food for your own personal consumption, that is not considered as business. But if you are selling the food which you have cooked for a price, for money, that will be considered as business. All right. Now, a person who is engaged in business is known as a businessman. So any person engaged in any kind of business is known as businessman, and the unit formed for the purpose of carrying business is called business firm or enterprise, or even sometimes we call it company. Now I have given you a definition here. Just see, according to B.O. Willer, he says that business is an institution organized and operated to provide goods and services to society under the incentive of private gain. Same thing, he's saying that it is an organization where the goods are produced, goods and services are produced for the society, and under what? And he's saying that they all are sold or they are bought for purpose of earning profit, for money. Now in your textbook there are different definitions given. You can choose any one. I have taken the definition of B.O. Willer, which is good. Please underline in your notes which I have given you. And you can also take any other definition. There is one more definition of Peterson and Froman. I want you to underline that also. That is also a good definition. That is, business may be defined as an activity in which different persons exchange something of value, whether goods or services, for mutual gain or profit. So I want you to underline these two definitions, one given by B.O. Willer and other given by Peterson and Froman. These two definitions you can learn, or you can write for your answer, what is business. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will do the characteristics of business. We have different characteristics of business. Just have a look. The first one is sale, transfer, or exchange. As I just explained you, that all business activities involve sale or exchange of goods and services for some consideration. Consideration means for a price, for money. If there is no sale or exchange for a price, it will not be considered as business. As I just gave you the example of cookie, but the initial business which just started was a cooperative society.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Now the next question is, the next point is dealing in goods and services. Now every business enterprise produces goods and services. Now your goods and services are of different types. Your goods can be either consumer goods or producer good. Consumer good means the goods which are directly used by the consumer, like it can be bread, butter, milk, clothes. So they are what? They are known as consumer goods. And producer goods are those goods which are used for further production of consumer goods. Example of producer good is like your raw material, your machinery, your tools. All these things are known as producer goods, and the goods produced by consumer are known as the consumer goods. Then they also mentioned services. Services means like your banking, your transportation, your warehousing, your insurance, your electricity, all these things come under service. So a business has to deal either in good or services. Clear? Next point is regular dealing. A business involves a series of dealing. A single transaction cannot be called business. That means, I will just give you a simple example. If you have your old scooter and selling your old scooter, that is not business. But if you are in a business of regularly selling old scooters to your customers, that will be considered as business. Am I clear?
Okay.
Children, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then the fourth point is profit motive. Very important. Business is not charity. The primary objective of business is to earn money, to acquire wealth. If your business is not to earn money, you will not be able to survive in the long run, because profits are very important for the growth and expansion of business. So a business is open basically to earn money, to earn profit. Next we have is economic activity, which we have already done in the previous session, that business is an economic activity because it involves production and distribution of goods and satisfying human wants. Children, you have to remember this, that business is there to earn profit, but the main motive of business is to satisfy human wants, satisfy consumers. If you don't satisfy your consumers, they will not buy your product. Okay, only if you make your consumer happy, only then you can earn profit. Right? Another thing is business, as I just told you, is for earning profit. Business also makes use of scarce resources like capital, labor, raw material. I hope you all know that anybody who's running a business will be requiring land to set up his factory or industry. He requires capital, that means money, for his business to grow, and he also requires raw material, the raw material to produce goods, and also require labor. So business is considered as an economic activity because it requires all these resources. And as I just told you, the business, his main motive is to earn profit, but also to satisfy the consumer and the society, to provide the goods and services to the society. All right. So all the features of economic activities which we have done are also the features of business activity. Next point is risk, element of risk. There is always an element of risk in business. Risk means uncertainty in future. A very simple example is the current situation. What is happening nowadays? All of a sudden, the coronavirus has come. Okay. Now, what is the effect on business? Are the business earning profits? Can anybody tell me? Due to coronavirus, are the business earning profit? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, were the businessmen aware that this kind of virus will come and affect their business?
No.
No. So it is a risk for the business, right? It is an uncertainty which has arrived, right? Do you agree with me? It was uncertain.
Yes, ma'am.
All of a sudden, this thing happened. So you must have seen all the shops are closed, all the restaurants closed, everything is closed. Now, what are they having? They are having losses, right? They are
Yes.
earning profit. So this was uncertain. So in business, there is always risk. There is always risk of different factors. There is risk of uncertainty that anything can happen. There is a risk that the customer might not like your product and will not buy it. There is a risk of things like theft, fire happened in your business unit, floods, earthquake, anything, a spoilage of goods, anything can happen in business. So there is a risk factor is always there in business. Am I clear, children?
Yes.
All right. Then the last point is creation of utilities. Business makes goods to satisfy human wants. Okay. Now business adds to time, place, form, and possession utilities of various goods. When I say form utility means the business is converting raw material into finished goods. So that is why we call it a form utility. If I say business create place utility, place utility means business is using transportation to take the goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. If I say business creates time utility, that means business make the use of warehouses to store goods which are not in demand at the moment. It will be taken to the market only when the demand arises. So we normally say that business creates utilities like time, form, place, and possession utility. Children, am I clear with what are the characteristics of business activities or business? Any doubt in any of these features, all these 6 features?
Mom, can you explain the last one? I didn't understand the last.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
last one.
All right. Yes. That means your creation utility. So these are two different things. Industry involved in production of goods, and commerce, what they do, the goods which have been produced, they are concerned with the distribution of goods. Now we'll do what is industry. Now just look at the definition, please. Industry means the production of products with the help of human beings and other resources. It involves application of men, machinery, material and money. That means land, labor, capital and the raw material I just mentioned you. Now industry is doing what? Industry is producing goods with the help of what? With the help of, first thing is human being, that means your labor, and other resources, that means your machinery, your raw material and money. As I already told you that in the industries, we are producing 2 types of goods. Just have a look here. We produce either capital goods or we produce consumer goods. You can see the example of capital goods. Example is machine and tools. We either produce machinery or tools and many other things. Consumer goods can be, we produce books, toothpaste, bread, clothes, shoes, your powder, oil, all these are your consumer goods. So in an industry, we are either producing capital goods or we are producing consumer goods. Am I clear, children? Children, am I clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
in other words, I can also say industry is concerned with the process of extraction, multiplication, processing, conversion, and construction of products. Now, this definition will be more clear if you see the different types of industries. Just have a look. We have 3 different types of industries. That is primary industries, secondary industry, and tertiary industry. Primary industries are, yes? Any doubt? Children, any doubt? I heard somebody say,
No.
okay. Please, if you don't have any doubt, just mute yourself. If you have a doubt, then you can unmute. All right? Primary industries of 2 types. First is your extractive industry, and then is your genetic industry. If you look at secondary industries, we have manufacturing industry and construction industry. You will be more clear with the next slide. The primary industries are basically concerned with extraction and multiplication of natural resources. That means that primary industries are the industries where the extraction is done of the natural resources and multiplication. A simple example is mining of coal or iron ore. Now just have a look. We have 2 types of industries, genetic and extractive. If you see the genetic industry, they are basically involved in reproduction and multiplication of plants and animals with the purpose of earning money. That means if we just see the examples, poultry farms, plant nurseries, rearing of cattle, all these are examples of genetic industry. So any industry which is concerned with growing of crops or growing of plants, your dairy farming, your poultry farming, your orchards, all these things are examples of genetic industry because they are reproducing. They are multiplying plants and animals. Children, are you clear with what is genetic industry? Any doubt? Okay, then we have extractive industries. Your extractive industries are those industries which are concerned with discovery or extraction of natural resources from beneath the earth surface or from rivers and seas. Example is mining, fishing and hunting. That means, for example, from fishing means, I hope you all know, getting fishes from the oceans or seas or river. So you are extracting them. You are taking the fishes from the sea or river. When I say mining, you are mining what? You're mining coal or iron ore or some other resources. Fine. Now all these are what you are doing, extraction from under the earth's surface or under the sea or ocean. So anything when you extract from under the beneath the earth or sea is known as extractive industries. Am I clear with that? Children, are you clear with the primary?
Ma'am,
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, fishing can be both genetic industry and extractive industries, right?
Pardon me, can you just repeat the question?
Ma'am, fishing can be both genetic and extractive industry, right? Both the industry.
Genetic means how? Can you tell me how?
Means like fishing, you are after you extract fishes, then you
Huh.
multiply the
Yes,
fishes and then
if
sell it. So that
absolutely
it
correct.
is
If you are
both
taking the
things.
fishes from the sea, that is one part of the business. That will be like directly selling to the consumer. That is extractive. But if you are in pisciculture, that means you are growing fishes and ponds to multiply. Then it will come in genetic industry.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, so they are two different business. If you are just taking out fishes from the ocean and selling to the customer, that comes in extractive. You are just taking it out from the river, okay, and you further selling it. But if you are taking it out and then you are multiplying it, growing it, okay, that is a different business. Then it will be genetic.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I clear, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Arushi, you raised your hand. Arushi, I can see your hand. Can you ask me the question, please?
I want to know, here in extractive industry, beneath the
Arushi, I can't hear you.
means what?
Arushi, your voice is not clear. Can you just repeat your question, please? With the industries which are concerned with the transformation of materials provided by the primary industry are known as secondary industry. So now whatever material, whatever things we get from the primary industry, what does secondary industry do? They convert it and form a finished product. I have given you an example. Just see the example here. From the primary industry, we are mining iron ore and coal. Correct? We are extracting iron ore and coal. So we have got two products here. That is the raw material. Now, when it goes to the secondary industry, say what is secondary industry doing? They are converting iron ore and coal, and what they are forming, they are making steel. So here, what is the finished product? The finished product is steel. So the raw material which we got from the primary industry is converted by the secondary industry to form a raw material, to form a finished product that is known as steel. Yes, Ritika. Ritika, yes?
Here on my screen,
Yes?
it is showing that there are only 2 minutes left for the meeting.
Yes, we'll finish it. This is the last topic which we are doing.
Okay.
Okay, now are you all clear with the example which I have shown you?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you got an idea what is secondary industry?
Yes, ma'am.
So secondary industry is basically taking the raw material from the primary industry and it is putting into a process. There are different types of process which we'll do in the next session. It is going through a different process and here we get the finished product. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we stop here only. I'll just do a recap of what we have done. Today we had done what is the meaning of business, the features of business we had done. Then we had done the branches of business, that is, the business activities are grouped into two categories, that is industry and commerce. Then we did the meaning and the type of industries. We have discussed the primary industry and we have done only the definition of secondary industry. Now